Okay, let's dive into this. Welcome to this explainer. Today we're looking at something that is basically going to fundamentally shift how we interact with artificial intelligence. Because we aren't just talking about another run-of-the-mill software tool here, or, a basic coding assistant. Today, we're looking at the actual evolution of the digital colleague. We are unpacking the Hermes Agent. So, let's start with a scenario we literally all know way too well. You open a fresh chat window with your favorite AI. And once again, you have to explain exactly who you are, what your project is, how you like your code formatted, or even what kind of tone you want in your emails. It's the dreaded amnesiac AI. It's kind of like working with a highly intelligent goldfish, right? Every single session is a total blank slate, and you end up wasting incredible amounts of time constantly reprompting and re-explaining your preferences. It's super frustrating. But what if your AI actually remembered how you work? And this brilliantly illustrates exactly what we're talking about today, the core problem and the solution. On one hand, you have your standard AI. It's amnesiac, it's completely isolated in some basic web browser wrapper, and it's totally static. It literally only knows what you tell it in that exact moment. But on the other hand, we have the Hermes Agent. It's self-improving, deeply connected to the platforms you already use, and highly autonomous. It doesn't just sit there and answer questions, it actively observes, it adapts, and it actually learns your specific workflows. So what exactly is it? Well, the official tagline pretty much tells the whole story. The open source AI agent built by Nous Research that grows with you. Now, this isn't some closed ecosystem lockdown product. It's an MIT licensed, completely open source architecture. And the coolest part? It was created by Nous Research, the actual model trainers behind heavy-hitting models like Hermes, Nomos, and Psyche. They built this whole thing to autonomously evolve right alongside you, rather than just acting as a static, boring conversational interface. All right, actually, I want to slow down right here for a second, because this concept is absolutely vital to understand. The built-in learning loop. This is procedural memory in action. Standard AI forgets. Hermes Agent, though, it's designed to be the only agent with this specific, closed learning loop built right into its foundation. And this loop is exactly what transforms Hermes from a tool you just use into an entity that actively learns from you. Let's walk through exactly how this architecture plays out in reality. Step 1, experience. You give the agent a really complex task. Step 2, it doesn't just do the task and immediately forget it. No, it autonomously generates a reusable skill from that specific experience. Step 3, the system periodically nudges itself to persist this new knowledge, storing it away securely for later. And finally, step 4, when you face a really similar problem, say a week later, it uses an advanced FTS5 cross-session search. This is essentially a hyper-fast database query that lets it instantly recall past conversations and pull up the exact skill it created to solve your problem the first time around. Looking at the underlying tech here, it's just fascinating. The agent auto-generates these skills, which, by the way, are actually compatible with open standards. That means they're fully portable and shareable. Then you have that FTS5 cross-session search, which uses LLM summarization for incredibly rapid recall. But honestly, the real magic here is the Huncho dialectic user modeling. Dialectic just means it learns through natural back-and-forth dialogue. This allows the agent to quietly build a deepening, highly personalized profile of who you are, what you care about, and exactly how you operate, stretching across literally every session you have with it. But what if one really smart agent just isn't enough? This brings us to a massive shift in how we approach our daily productivity. We are officially moving from a single assistant to a fully collaborative team. Recently launched in the Hermes desktop app is a brand new feature called Bot Mode. You are no longer just interacting with a single monolithic AI profile. Now, what's really interesting about this slide is how this setup enables a pure division of labor. You can create named bots with highly distinct roles and even give them little profile pictures. So you could have a research bot, an email bot, a coding bot, and their memories and skills are completely isolated, so your messy research data doesn't accidentally pollute your coding history. Even better, you can mix and match. You might use a massive, complex model for the research bot to do the heavy lifting, and then a fast, lightweight local model for the email bot. And the absolute kicker? You can tag a bot in chat, and they will literally message each other and seamlessly hand off tasks. So, the crucial point is captured perfectly in this quote from the source material. We taught AI the division of labor. Now we just decide who does what. Just think about the sheer human productivity benefit here. We've totally moved past trying to force one single AI to do everything adequately. Instead, we're stepping into a world where we manage a specialized team of experts, delegating tasks exactly like a manager would in the real world. And when it comes to deciding who does what, you have absolutely incredible flexibility. There are over 300 cutting-edge models available right through the Gnosis portal to power your agents. This completely eliminates the nightmare of vendor lock-in. Say you want to use a model from OpenAI today but switch to Anthropic or a totally open-source model tomorrow. You just type a command. There are no code changes, no friction, no hassle. Let's shift our focus to deployment for a minute, because this is where Hermes truly breaks away from the pack. Standard co-pilots are tethered. They live inside your IDE, fundamentally stuck on your laptop. Hermes is designed under a completely different, much more freeing philosophy. Live everywhere, run anywhere. It is entirely platform agnostic. Take a quick look at this breakdown. On one side, you have where you talk. Telegram, Discord, Slack, WhatsApp, Signal, or directly in your command line. It's all seamlessly routed through a single gateway process. On the other side, you have where it actually runs and does the heavy lifting. It could be your local machine, a cheap $5 cloud VPS, Docker containers, or even high-end clusters like Modal and Daytona. So you can literally be texting your agent on WhatsApp from your phone while you're grabbing coffee, while the agent is executing incredibly complex Python scripts back on a cloud server. And the financial magic of these serverless deployments like Modal and Daytona is just incredible. The agent features serverless persistence. That means it completely hibernates when it's idle. It costs you basically nothing between sessions, yet it can still wake up totally autonomously. Thanks to built-in cron scheduling, you can just use natural language and tell your agent, hey, run a web audit every Friday at midnight and send the report to my Discord. It wakes up on its own, does the unattended job, sends you the message, and then goes right back to sleep to save you money. Let's move to and see how this builds into actionable steps so you can actually get this running on your own systems. I know it might sound incredibly complex to deploy a self-improving multi-agent serverless ecosystem, but the creators have actually made the onboarding process remarkably frictionless. Whether you're a hardcore terminal power user or you strictly prefer graphical interfaces, you have options. For macOS, Linux, and WSL2, there's a super simple 60-second terminal curl script. For Windows users, it runs completely natively via PowerShell, and it even bundles an isolated portable Git bash so you don't have to mess around with system admin rights. But hey, if you don't want to touch the command line at all, you just download the Hermes desktop app. Once it's installed, it's just a single command, Hermes Setup-Portal, which authenticates you via OAuth and automatically wires up all your models, your web search, text-to-speech, and cloud browsing. The whole shebang. By breaking AI out of that restrictive browser wrapper, giving it actual procedural memory, and allowing specialized bots to hand off tasks to one another, Nous Research has built a true digital colleague. That awful friction of the amnesiac AI is finally gone, and the setup literally takes minutes. So I want to leave you with this final provocative thought as we wrap up this explainer. You now have an entire team of self-improving agents right at your fingertips, ready to work on any platform you choose. What will you delegate first?